Anderson, how are you?
Good, buddy. And you?
I am good. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to chat with me today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
So, Anderson, it is always an honor to speak to a legend like yourself. How is training and getting ready for your boxing match?
Yeah, the training is amazing. The training is very good, and I'm very excited for that. It's a good challenge for my mind, for my body, because I learn everything new one. Because the boxing is not about you punch and beat at the guy. It's more technical. You need to take care about the technique, the position for your hands, your legs, your feet. This is amazing for me. I'm learning a lot, and I enjoy my moment because this is very special. It's a very special. This is the one of my dreams in my entire life, fight boxing in this level. And I'm lucky. I'm pray every day and say thank you, God, for giving the whole opportunity, giving the salute for continue doing my job, for continue doing something I love. And I'm so happy.
Absolutely. Anderson, everyone knows, of course, throughout your career, you were such a phenomenal striker, and you have boxed, earlier in your career. How was it, transitioning away from MMA and just focusing on boxing? Has it been fun? Has it just been different to just be a boxer for the last several weeks?
Wow. Yeah. I fight for many, many years ago. I fight amateur, I fight professional, not the same level boxing, and I make successful in a different sport, in Muay Thai, in MMA. And now is everything I do inside the MMA world, I think I complete my mission, me and my team. And I put in my heart and my whole passion inside the sport. Right now, I need you doing something for myself because right now is something for I'm having fun. Of course, it's a fight, is a real fight. That's I accept the challenge because when people ask me about the fight, they say, "Whoa, that's a good challenge for me." But the difference for this fight for exhibition is real fight. In exhibition, sometimes you can put on the rules for no knockout, not this and that. But for me, for come inside this world, for the Chavez Jr. in Mexico, for the people in Mexico, I need to respect the sport. And that's I working hard every single day here for do my best. Of course, fight is fight. The result, you never know. Of course, you train for win. But for me, it's more important, respect the sport. Because this sport, boxing, is very traditional sport. And have a lot of people working hard for make this sport successful. And especially because this sport is Olympic sport. And a lot of fighters, professional fighters, make successful in this sport working hard entire life. And I'm start practicing boxing amateur in Brazil, and I fight a couple of times in a professional, not the same level, but for me is a huge responsibility, respect the sport and do my best, especially to the people in Mexico, because the people love boxing and the people have respect for boxing.
Absolutely. Anderson, when I covered your mixed martial arts career, there was always talk about you fighting Roy Jones Jr. I know that was a fight you wanted for so many years. And I know that's one that was just everyone wanted for so many years. So how did you end up with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? Like, how did this come about?
Well, I'm in Brazil on vacation. I training, but not training for fight. And my manager called me and say, "Oh, you have a interesting fight. I don't know you like it or not, but that's the fight you have to offer for you." And I say, "Wow, that's great." And I say, let me check it out. And I call back. And 2 days ago, I just think and say, you know what? I go do that. I can do that. And I accept the challenge and I accept the opportunity to doing something in this sport too.
Yeah. We know how good, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is. He's fought Canelo Alvarez. He's fought Daniel Jacobs. He's fought a lot of good guys. So how big of a challenge is this for you? You face the best of the best in mixed martial arts, but how big of a challenge is it for you to face a guy like this in boxing?
Wow. It's an amazing challenge, but I don't think about how much Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is a good one. I try to make my side better. I try to make my training better. And because the boxing is a different sport, but is the contact sport, is the fight, I live my entire life in fight world, and when you go inside the ring, is the same energy, is the same, you feel the same power inside your heart, inside your mind. The difference is because the technique and the rules, but the old one is the same. It's two fighters, two good fighters, and try to do your best you can, and I try to make every single day something better in my training, and that's, I told you, my responsibility is make this fight good for showing my respect for boxing community.
Absolutely. Anderson, as you mentioned, boxing has been a dream for you for so many years. And I'm not taking the attention away from Chavez Jr., but do you feel like you will box a couple more times? Like, how are you approaching this? Is this just one fight and then you'll see what happens? Or would you like to, would you still dream of doing that Roy Jones Jr. fight?
Let's go see. I have a amazing team right now with me to train me. My coach Doria, Coach Nico, my cut man Nico, and Sergio, and everybody helped me a lot to continue doing something special. And for me, for myself, that's I talk to my kids every day. Try to make something special for inspiring people to make successful and make something for others. And that's I try to do every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know you had mentioned earlier this week in another interview, you talked about, for you think MMA is done. You think MMA is done, and you've accomplished so much, Anderson. You have nothing left to prove to anybody. But are you okay saying, is it hard to say MMA is done? I mean, you're still fighting, but is it hard considering how much of your life you put into mixed martial arts?
My friend, I need to say something very important, and the people think about that. I'm not fighting for try to prove something for nobody, for anybody. I fight because I have a passion, because I love, and I feel the opportunity, the talent that God give me is for help to inspiring people. And the problem in this sport is the people don't respect the fighters, especially the old generation, And I think everything I do for MMA is done. I'm happy, but I I'm not fight anymore. MMA, definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah. But boxing is fun. You're having fun right now, right? Like that's a big part of it. You're enjoying boxing.
I mean, it's very difficult. It's not easy. You need to think in using your mind more in the other sport, because in MMA you can hold the guy, you can put on the ground, you can kick, you can use in the elbow, but box not. You need to take the good decision, smart decision, and use your feet and use your hands, the reflex, everything is completely different. You know, is when you move incorrect, is done. When you put in your hands down a little bit, it's done. And that's I try to learn every single day more specific movements in the technique. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Anderson, I'm sure you've seen, there have been a lot of mixed martial artists who have talked about going into boxing. I'm sure you saw Conor, had his fight with Floyd. Ben Askren had a boxing match recently. What do you make of more mixed martial artists, trying boxing? Do you encourage that? Would you say you'd like to see more of that? Or is it just, because it's not easy. It's not easy to go from MMA to boxing.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But, I think the situation happened in the world about the coronavirus changed the mind of people. Everybody think about more entertain, and the people like to see the entertain. And the people like watching the entertain, and this is the new world. And I'm so happy because this is help to people think about your personal valor, and this is good for the real athletes and the real people working hard every day for make story and successful in this sport. Doesn't matter is an MMA or boxing,
Absolutely. Before I let you go, Anderson, I know you had done a post on your Instagram paying tribute to DMX, who sadly passed away, and so many fans remember you walking out to DMX for so many years. I was actually just talking the other day. You don't remember this, but the first time I met you was in 2006 in Hawaii in Rumble on the Rock. And you were fighting Yushin Okami.
I remember that.
Yeah, you walked out to the Terminator thing. Do you remember that? Do you remember walking out to the theme from the Terminator movie?
Yeah, no, I think is I don't remember the song, but I remember the situation and that. Yeah. Is amazing when I walk in and using the song for the Terminator. But I think the GMX is a part to my entire career in MMA, especially when I start in the cage rage in London. And my friend Alex say, this is the song you need you using when you're walking inside the cage. And I think about it, say, wow, that's good. I go try to using this song. And when I start using it, the song come to part my heart and part my life, And by the way, I'm a big fan for DMX, and for me, the DMX is a very talented guy. He's a good actor, good singer, and the people never know that, but DMX is a very good father and a very humble guy. Of course, he have a lot of problems, but and that's not my part to say, oh, it's bad or not. Let's go talking about how much DMX helped a lot of people, inspiring a lot of people, and that's I take the image for DMX in my mind, and that's I using the image for DMX, how much DMX inspired me and helped me to go inside the cage and do my best.
Absolutely. Well, Anderson, it is always an honor to speak to you. You are a legend, one of the greatest fighters to ever compete in our sport in the mixed martial arts. June 19th, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I cannot wait for this match. I've already got the pay-per-view. I already bought it, so I'm already going to tune in. Thank you so much for doing this. I really do appreciate it. And best of luck in your training and best of luck in the fight. And thank you again for doing this, Anderson.
No, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody watching your podcast. And thank you, buddy. Thank you. God bless you.